3, 2, 1.
Hi, and welcome again to Ask the Doctor, Integrative Doctors at Tustin Longevity Center. We are a integrative practice, Tustin Longevity Center. You can see our website at tlcdoctors.com. And we do this every week. We're trying for our patients to address issues that are timely. And I have a very timely topic for you today. One of the things I want to address is if we do, this is Thursday. We normally do this every Wednesday. Yesterday we had a glitch. I guess all of YouTube live streaming had a problem. So we just shifted it today. In general, if that happens again, we'll do it that way. We'll do it the next morning, Thursday morning at 9:45. Thank you for your patience, because this is for you. We are trying to remind you that every Wednesday at 9:45, you can type in your chat questions on any topic. I'm going to prime the pump every week with my own idea of what's the most important thing to address in a timely fashion. And I have a great topic for today. And then I want to remind you that once a month, we do a monthly seminar. It's here at the clinic. It also will be live streamed. And Lord willing that we have YouTube that will let us live stream it. And that will be on November 14th, Thursday night at 7 p.m. I think you'll want to come to this. We enjoy having an audience because I like the back and forth questioning. I'll do my best to answer your questions. If I don't know the answer, I will state that, and I'll look it up next time. Addition from last week, someone asked me about vitamin K2, the subunit M4 versus M7. And I was correct in saying that the vitamin K2 M4 and the vitamin K2 M7, they're involved in the process of helping with bone rebuilding and taking calcium and putting it in the correct deposit sites of our bones and such. However, one thing I didn't make clear, and I want to add to that as I review all my videos, MK4 has a short half-life, okay? It lasts maybe about 4 hours, 6 hours at the max, and MK7 lasts 72 hours. So we like the MK7. That's another reason why I like vitamin K2 MK7, because you don't have to dose multiple times throughout the day. So that's just a little addendum to last Wednesday's YouTube video. Now, today, I want to talk to you about something we're all going to be facing, and that is the holidays. The holidays are coming up. Thanksgiving dinner, the wonderful feasting and so forth, your office parties, all your parties for Christmas are coming up, New Year's Day parties, things like this. And we will be eating, and I will be eating foods that are high in carbohydrates, sugars and treats, mashed potatoes, and all those wonderful things that I normally would not be eating. What does this mean? It means we're all looking and fearful of gaining weight on the holidays. And so the big thing I'd like to prime the pump today and get you ready for is some really a gift I'd like to give to you, and that is how to avoid all that. And one of the ways to avoid the weight gain and the problem, if you need to lose weight, I'm going to give you a wonderful snapshot of what I'll be talking about on November 14th at our seminar. And that is about holidays, sugar, and the flu. Okay, it's called Holidays, Sugar, and the Flu. Because these high carbs impact us, and we're usually saying, oh, I'm worried about my weight going up with these things. So what I want to remind you about, I made myself a few notes. There is all kinds of research, and I'm going to be detailing this on the seminar. But we have been telling you as clinicians for decades now, even though we've known the truth was the reverse of what we were saying, at least if you did research, we have been telling you to reduce the amount you eat, cut your calories to lose weight, and to exercise more. Get up, get off the couch, okay? We've been telling you that over and over for decade after decade after decade after decade. In fact, when we look at the studies that have been advising you to eat less saturated fat, eat less fat, we can see the sales of butter and saturated fat products actually nationwide went down significantly. We also told you to get your gym shoes on and go out and run and get more active, join the gym. And we can look at national studies on gym membership, and you're actually showing up and visits to the gym. And we saw that America exercised more. But America has a plague. America has become fat. We have a plague of obesity and all the diseases that are associated with it. And so you go to your doctor and you say, oh, I keep on gaining, 5 to 10 pounds a year. And what can I do about it? And what is the advice that we're taught in medical school? Calorie restriction and move more, exercise more. And this is not the answer, folks. So my gift to you is going to be in a fun way. I give you the permission not to have to exercise. Now, before you go and take a deep breath and be amazed, exercise is not going to help you lose weight. And the research shows that if you cut your calories back, let's say you eat a 2,000 calorie day, and you say, I'm going to eat smaller portions. I say maybe cut 300 calories, 400, 500 calories a day. I guarantee you that your metabolic rate, your body's engine, your burning in your engine metabolic rate we can measure, it will reduce burning about 250 to 300 calories a day. So you'll cut back, but your burning of those calories will be reduced also. So you can't lose weight, okay? So we know this. So come to the seminar and learn that there is a wonderful way to actually turn away the obesity plague that's on America, reduce greatly your cardiovascular heart disease risk, reduce your diabetes risk, and reduce your cancer risk, our biggest killers. And the basic thing I'm going to be teaching you about is something that's will save you money. So let's say you want an extra $200 to spend on gifts for this holiday season. I'm going to show you how to get that $200. I'm going to tell you that it's going to be easy. You can save this money, and it's flexible, convenient. The way to avoid this weight gain is to do fasting. Fasting is going to save you an hour of preparation of cooking time, worrying about it. Fasting will involve no plan of what will you eat and trying to figure a diet out. So it's simple, it's convenient, it's flexible. You can fast whenever you want to. And you will see the research that shows when you fast, your metabolic rate will rise. And that's one of the beautiful keys to why fasting is such a potent and always successful mechanism to address these issues. And so come to the seminar. We'll talk about these things in detail. I'll show you the studies and why it's so successful. So if you don't eat, say, several meals during the week, or you take a day off or two every week and stop eating, how much are you going to save in money? I suggest that you're probably going to save $200, $250 before Christmas if you start now. So another concept is everyone makes a New Year's decision to do something to improve your life. I suggest you never make a New Year's decision. Make a November decision. And in November, make the decision that you would want to apply in January the rest of your life. And I hope you make the decision to learn about fasting. Start it today. It's as simple as saying, I am not going to eat the next meal. Okay. So are there any questions at this point?
Right now, we just have one that's kind of a lengthy little paragraph. If you don't mind reading that off, I'll try to speak correctly here. This person's saying that you, Dr. Althorpe, wrote papers on hydrogen in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know if you could explain what you're supposed to do with it, what supplements to take, and how they would benefit us. This person has a fibrotic lung, and in one of your papers, you mentioned that it can improve oxidative damage to lungs. They're very interested to hear more.
Yes, research on hydrogen ions. Hydrogen is a positive ion. It has a net positive charge. Water is made up of 2 hydrogen ions and an oxygen ion, and that's water. And when we take it in, the body uses these hydrogen ions and the hydroxyl ions in various reactions throughout our body metabolically. These help quench free radicals because that hydrogen ion can donate an electron. So hydrogen research points out that water that is stagnant, your bottled water, disintegrates or degenerates into hydroxyl ions and free hydrogen ions. And there are now research industries that actually have water that is extra hydrogenated. I know of one product, it's called Izumi water, Izumi, Izumi. And they come in little kind of packets like you see them give to children with juice, and I don't like giving juice to children due to the high fructose content. But this water is in a similar packet, so it's sealed and very stable for a year and a half. And its hydrogen ion content will help be like an antioxidant. It will provide free hydrogen ion to handle and quench, donate an electron to an unstable, angry reaction that's in your body. And plus it will help give you the water you need. I greatly recommend this. The research is there. Also, there's research on hydrogen ion just as water in any injury, but interestingly enough, post-stroke patients were greatly benefited post-head injuries with this. So the most research is being done in Japan. It was the Japanese scientists that actually isolated this and helped produce it. That's why it's a Japanese name called Izumi, I-Z-U-M-I water. And I think you can Google Izumi water. I've used it and I greatly endorse that product. Do we have any other questions?
We do. This person is saying, what is your opinion on taking fulvic acid supplements daily? Is it beneficial for us, and is there a better way to get trace minerals?
Well, that is part of the big breakdown products, like when the trees fall and the leaves, the leaves on the trees fall, there is this undergrowth and it's moist and wet. And the combustion or digestion, you might say, of the leaves and stuff are broken down, and fulvic acid is a component of this. And these trees are drawing up the minerals. And so research on mineral replacement, the value of fulvic acid in it is very valuable. I do recommend a multi-mineral nutrient. We call it TLC multi-min. In it, we put in the minerals that are greatly known to benefit. One of the things that we're not doing, since we're such an industrial world, farming is industrialized, we are not getting the dirt, so to say, that we were exposed to, like when I was a child. I grew up on a farm. We also had a fireplace and a potbelly stove for heat. And with it, we would make the logs burn and the ashes. And one of my little jobs as a girl was to shake the shaker and get the ashes and scoop it out, walk to the 1-acre garden. We had a huge garden, and I would take the ashes, and my father would have me spread it all over the earth there. So all those 100 years or two of all the minerals drawn up in those trees were preserved in the ashes. And then we brought them, and then we grew our vegetables out of this. So I had an excellent and wide variety of trace minerals by getting ashes on my vegetable garden. Now, today, you trust or you hope that when you go to get your can of spinach or your organic grown vegetables, that they have good minerals in the soil. That's a hope. But research is showing that the mineral content of our food is diminishing. in general, all that's required in agricultural farming is to provide, I think it's called nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Okay, that's the fertilizer that is used. I really think we should have compost. All of us should have compost so that the leaves that are falling, we get those minerals from that tree. The waste products from your dinners and meals form that, and we should all be trying to have our organic farming. So when you go to the farmer's market, ask them if they take ash and put that on the fields for it. So hopefully that answers the question. I do value it, and yes, it is a challenge, and hopefully you can get a little garden going. You can get ashes, and you can put it on, even if you're in an apartment 30 floors up, you can get those boxes and start growing some of your things and put ash in there. But I would also recommend that you take a good, and by the way, what is a good mineral supplement? It is a amino acid chelate of a mineral. So we don't like oxides like calcium oxide or magnesium oxides. We want magnesium glycinate or calcium malate glycinates, things like this that are linked to an amino acid. And the company Albion, Albion, is the one that I've researched and the one where I use their minerals because they're all linked to an amino acid. That's the highest absorption of these minerals in our body. Because if you take these basic, metals, calcium is a metal, and you take them in, your body is not necessarily going to pull it in unless it's linked to an amino acid. So hopefully that'll help you.
Hey, we have another question here. This person is saying that they were eating a low-carb, high-fat diet. They're eating 3 meals a day and stopping eating early, but still after eating, they would get abdominal pain. And so they're wondering if there's anything else I can help with that.
So they were eating a low-carb,
high-fat,
higher-fat menu at 3 meals a day, and they were having still some abdominal pains afterwards?
Sounds like after each meal, yeah.
After each meal. That typically sounds like either the person is an older person, say over the age of 50. In general, we make less digestive enzymes, and proteins and fat are more complex molecules, and you need better enzymes to chop them up to make them more easily absorbed.
And I do want to mention that she said she's 29.
Oh, all right, so she's 29. But to finish the statement there, fats and proteins are much more complex and more difficult to digest. Therefore, it'll sit in your stomach longer, waiting for enough acid, enough digestion to occur before the door will be open to the pylorus to let it into your small intestine. And if you're a blood type A, I don't know if she's a blood type A, but as in my clinical experience over 40 years, I find blood type A people as a general class do not digest fats and proteins as well as the O-type blood or the B-type blood or the A and Bs. What I would suggest is that when she eats, that she gets a very good digestive enzyme. I have used Orthomolecular's OrthoDigeszyme for almost 30 years, probably more. And I ask my patients to take it when they eat food. This is different than a systemic enzyme. You can look at one of my videos that was done on enzymes to get more information on this. But OrthoDigeszyme by Orthomolecular is excellent in providing extra enzymes and betaine hydrochloric acid, which is needed to digest proteins and the fats, since you're eating these. And that would be the direction I would go. And it'd be nice if you check back in and once using it, let us know if that helped you. It'd be nice to get some feedback. Wouldn't that be, Blake?
I love it. I take both of those enzymes, so it worked for me.
Good.
That's actually all the questions you have for now, if you had other items.
Well, I have, when you are trying to fast, I brought what I recommend to my patients to help clean the glucose out of your body quickly, and that is TLC Metabolic Formula. TLC Metabolic Formula has in it the items that research on herbs and science over the decades have shown has helped even diabetics. Prior to the knowledge of insulin, it was known that berberine, which is an herb, Gymnea sylvestre is an herb, helps those diabetics. So biotin, vitamin C, chromium is one of the essential cofactor minerals in helping process sugar in your body. Berberine, hydrochloric, and then alpha lipoic acid. I can't say enough about alpha lipoic acid as a wonderful entire detoxing. It's critical as one of the complexes in our mitochondria for our energy. It has cinnamon extract. Cinnamon extract is well known to help modulate sugar metabolism in your body. And you know, the first day you fast, let's say you're going to fast a whole day, your blood sugar will be cleaned out of your body. The first day of fasting, you'll have the feeling of, self-denial. You're denying yourself food. So get busy with projects when you fast so you don't think about denying yourself so much, not eating food for a day. The other thing that's in here is vanadium, another highly valued mineral in processing glucose in our bodies. So once we get the glucose down, then we can access the storage of fat to lose the fat. So this is one of the things I suggest using, especially in the holiday seasons anyway, because you're probably going to get more carbs in you anyway. So this will help you metabolize that sugar better. And in my type 2 diabetics, even in my type 1 diabetics, I put all of them on this. I take this all the time. A similar product by Orthomolecular is called dioxinol. Dioxinol is very similar. I made this one. This is something that I've put together. But Orthomolecular has a great product. It also has biotin and chromium, but it has Gymnea sylvestre in it. And it has the alpha lipoic. It has this cinnamon, and it has the vanadium sulfate in it as well. These are excellent products to help you with your fast to get more quickly into that keto state so that you get the feedback of mental clarity and more energy. And the hormone ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, you have to remember it's only going to show up breakfast, noon, and around dinner, and it will diminish and diminish and diminish. I can easily fast 5 days and still work full-time here and do my weightlifting and my aerobic workouts. I do the heavy weights twice a week. I do the aerobic 5 times a week. And I can do all that without any food because I have enough fat on me, okay? So, yes, and my hunger is really not an issue after about, well, I've been doing this so long, I really don't get hungry anymore because I'm always in a near keto state. The other thing I suggest that you take during these seasons where you're going to be eating things that are not likely to be a common item that you would eat, I would take more systemic enzymes. I talked earlier about that question on ortho digeszyme for food in your stomach. This is on an empty stomach. And this enzyme would be taken to help clean out your body, disinflame you from the challenges of the many varieties of food in your body. Do we have any more questions?
We do. The person with the abdominal pain, they're following up by asking if there's maybe a best category of food or type of food that is best to test for those sensitivities that they might have.
Is there a best category?
Like, is there an actual food or a category of food that you'd suggest trying to see if that's something you can take or something that someone is maybe not typically sensitive to?
Well, there's what we call a food elimination diet, okay? And you could Google this, food elimination diet, FODMAP, FODMAP. So if you type in FODMAP, there is a nice outlay there of a mapping of how to plan a menu and look at those foods coming in you. You'll keep a little log and you'll see how you feel, hours after these meals. I would direct her to the internet to food elimination diet programs, and FODMAP, FODMAP. That might help her very, very much.
Great, and I know that we do food allergy testing here. Is there a specific food allergy test that you suggest?
Yes, the food allergies that we use for testing is called immunofood allergies. This is in Fort Lauderdale. It's a blood serum sample. And then this company, I want you to know, is 48 years now doing food allergy testing. Now, I want to be clear, it's the IgG type of food allergy, which is the slow allergies that you can eat something, but then you don't feel well afterwards, day after day, decade after decade in your life. And these IgG food sensitivity allergies, whatever you want to call them, do create damage. Remember, we always like to show you, they do create a blowout in your gut membrane, which is one cell membrane thick. And this injury from that food allergen will open the gap between the cells and alert your immune system. So yes, we use immuno. Why? Because that's all they do. They do IgG only, and they do it well. And they've been doing it over and over and over. When we send in split samples to see if they're doing, we get the same results on people. So it's excellent. So immunofood allergies in Fort Lauderdale. And check FODMAP and check rotational diets, and that should help her.
Great, that's all the questions.
Well, I want to remind you that we do these series not because we're trying to treat you over the phone. These are general responses for generalized issues. It's not a specific treatment protocol. We have monthly seminars come November 14th for the one on holidays, sugar, and the flu. That'll be 7 o'clock in the IV suite there at Suite I here at Tustin Longevity Center. Check us out at tlcdoctors.com. You can call us also, 714-544-1521. Remember, our IV is open to the public. The IV suite, you might need an immune boost if you're flying somewhere. You might want to take a high-dose vitamin C to boost up your immune defenses against viruses, allergies, bacteria, and fungi. The other thing is, you don't have to be a patient to get those. We do take walk-ins. You'll be evaluated by our nursing staff and reviewed by the physician staff and allowed to do that. We have our own lab and supplements, and we do this every week at Wednesday, 9:45 in the morning. Now, I want to point out that we have the Gift of Life certificates now. These gift certificates are now available so that if you want to gift your family some TLC Metabolic Formula or a immune drip before a trip or after they get home from a trip, any thing you want to gift them for, we have these gift certificates. Please ask for them at the front office, in the IV suite, or in the supplement department. These are going to be nicely slipped into an envelope and a gift of real value, lasting value for your loved ones. And then lastly, I just want to remind you that Doctor's Nutrition Bar is ready. Remember, we did the research on this that showed if you eat this bar, your blood sugar will not rise like the other alleged protein bars, which have very, very high, 22 times higher blood glucose levels, and the insulin will stay very low compared to the others, because insulin is the problem. These are wonderful, all natural, all vegan friendly, paleo friendly, high fat, low carb, nutritious ways to create satiation in you. Have this so you don't eat junk food. And I never want to leave out water. Water is probably the most important nutrient, and this too is free. So any other last questions, Blake?
That's just a lot of thank yous.
Well, thank you so much. This is done for you. Let your friends and family know about this. Subscribe, check the like button, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully, you'll also see us on Thursday, November 14th for the seminar. Thank you.